field position. It still won't be great, but at least the Nativity will have the Miners back just inside Nativity's 40-yard line. So again, a game of field position with 31 seconds left in the first period, and now Nativity winning it a little bit.
It happened somewhere after the play. We didn't have the replay running long enough to see where the flag came from and why it was thrown, but instead of 1st and 10 at the 25, it's now 1st and 10 at the 40.
And in case you're wondering, yes, that was a full moon. 1st and 10 just inside the 40-yard line. They operate the wing bone.
New quarterback.
And the pitch goes to number 7, Jeff Brennan, and he is knocked out of bounds inside the 35. I'm sorry, actually Adam Franz, the ball carrier.
Franz is the new quarterback.
All right, Franz, the new quarterback. The ball carrier was Brennan, and Brennan with a gain of 5. There's the fake, and again, they run that wishbone, which kind of lost favor with a lot of college teams. A lot of teams used to run it back in the 70s.
One thing about the wishbone, your quarterback's going to take the punishment. He is going to hit a lot.
They're also going to turn the ball over a little more than you might ordinarily, because it is an offense that depends on pitching at the last second. The quarterback gets hit when he pitches, it can be disastrous. This time they keep the ball into the hands of the fullback, and Sterling bangs forward to the 31-yard line. He'll be short by about 2 yards for the first down. That's a big up of 3.
The only good thing that came out of that personal foul for Minersville, Randy, was that it was not called a dead ball foul, which would have brought up a 1st and 25 from the 40-yard line. And it was a late flag, which I thought maybe it would be a dead ball foul, but it wasn't. So with 1st and 10, now it's 3rd and short as the quarter comes to an end.
So the end of the first period, no score in the game. We'll take a break. We'll come back here on AT&T Cable Services right after this.
AT&T Cable Services, formerly Time Warner Cable, presents the best in local high school and college football. Cheer on your home team, root for your alma mater, or check out the rival team. Join announcers Steve Degler and Randy Stevens for all the play-by-play excitement this weekend as the Green Wave of Nativity take on the Battling Miners of Minersville. If you can't be there in person, catch one of our replays throughout the week following the game. AT&T Cable Services, your source for local high school and college football.
For 10 years, the cable industry has been helping teachers teach through cable in the classroom. It's cable in the classroom. All the great things that cable can be in the classroom. It's free to school, commercial free, and it's educational. There's a great, big, wonderful world out there, and cable in the classroom brings it into the classroom. I wish they had it when I was a kid.
Cable in the classroom is a public service of the cable communications industry and your local cable company.
The start of the second period, it'll be 3rd down and short, like a yard to go. As the ball is just inside the 30, and a quarterback sneak that time as Adam Franz in the game for Justin Franz. And you tell me there's no relation. I was told they're teammates.
They're teammates. That's the only relation.
Pick up of 2. It'll be a first down at the Nativity 28-yard line. The first play of the second quarter.
Hey, it's worked for Penn State. Why not use 2 quarterbacks here, too?
Would be a popular thing to do these days. Franz pitching the ball to Sterling. Sterling hit hard. Nice tackle made by Andy Kubik.
Good block by Simonitis to allow that play to be turned upfield, but then Kubik with a great play pursuing from the inside and what looked like was going to be a pretty good gainer on 1st down. Now you see Franz taking a big hit, and here comes Kubik with a very nice play.
And again, when you run the wing bone, you may need more than one quarterback, and they will take some abuse. He got hit as hard as if he were carrying the ball. Now a little bit of confusion out on the field, and timeout is called by the Miners.
That's their second. They only have 1 left. Go ahead, Randy. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, we talked earlier about the injury. You mentioned Pavelko, who was out with a sprained knee, and Rick Jones is not real happy in the huddle right now. Pavelko, an outstanding player, could have played if necessary tonight, but they said, hey, we have long-range plans here this year. Let's not throw him out there and have something else happen, and he's done for the rest of the year. We're going to try and get by without him for 1 more game on you're going to see a player walking around with the use of crutches. And that is Joe Frankenstein, who actually broke his foot in a basketball camp this summer. He was the top rusher for the Green Wave last year, almost 8 yards to carry. He came back from football camp and then broke his foot during the first game of the year against Mahanoy area, and they sorely have missed him, even though Herndon had the big game last week. But you're looking at two top runners in the league, not even on the field this season tonight.
And arguably the team's two top players, so each team at a disadvantage. I'm surprised Rick Jones still has a voice after that tirade. He really got after his charges. A little bit unhappy with the fact there was a missed assignment that caused or necessitated a timeout. 2nd down and 8. Seems like the Miners have been banging on the door here in this first half. Franz wants to run the football, tripped up, down at the 25-yard line. Nice tackle by Bobby Klesnarski, who came up and made the hit.
That play was going for big yardage had Klesnarski not reached out and tripped up Franz.
So that'll set up 3rd down and 7.
Watch the misdirection here. The fake to Brennan going right, and Franz looked like a run-pass option, but he decided to run. Klesnarski diving makes the tackle.
The Miners have been down as close as the 4-yard line of Nativity. They missed a field goal in the first period. Meanwhile, Nativity has yet to record a first down. Ball handed off to Simonitis. He gets down to the 21-yard line. That'll be about 3 yards shy of a first down. And Steve, look for them on 4th down to go for it. You can't take a field goal from here, and not enough room to punt.
And again, they're way over on the left hash mark. It's going to be 4th and a very long 2.
Yeah, this would be a field goal of about 38 yards, so you're kind of in no man's land here. Let's take another look at the last play.
Simonitis takes a big hit. He did a good job just to hold on to the football here. You see those 4 Nativity players all coming in to make the hit.
Couple of wing backs. Sterling, the only back behind the quarterback, on him front. Try to run, and wow, what a hit, and what a play. Number 5, Bobby Klesnarski, as he slams into Adam Franz.
And Herndon finished off Sterling. So that they have played the option extremely well. You have a defensive player responsible for the quarterback. You hit him no matter what he does with the football. And then you also have somebody that's usually a cornerback responsible for the pitch man. And this is Klesnarski with the hit, and then Herndon comes up and just buries Sterling.
I don't know how he got that ball away. I'm not sure how Sterling did not fumble. Nativity will take over at the 25-yard line. They keep the ball on the ground. Klesnarski, the ball carrier, so he made the big hit on defense on 4th down. That time the ball carrier picks up 5 yards, so actually I'll say 4, one of the bigger gains of the game for Nativity.
So that's twice now Nativity's defense has held on a drive that started inside its own territory.
Steve, a little bit surprising because Nativity, and there you see the coach Mike Brennan, it's the team that put 43 points on the board a week ago. Offense was not thought to be the problem. A lot of the pundits figured that they would have trouble stopping Minersville. Keep the ball with a fullback this time, and he's off the right side. A tackle made there by number 35, that is Joe Davis, as he hits Klesnarski. That'll be a pickup of about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and a long one.
They're going to use Klesnarski a lot, it would appear. He just puts the head down and barrels into the center of the line. Drives for almost 5 yards on the play.
So 3rd and 1. And now the clock will stop here as whistles blow on the field, and they will chase one of the players off, Adam Franz. I don't know whether it's an equipment. Oh, he's bleeding.
Bleeding in his right hand. He's got blood all over the right side of his uniform. He's going to go to the bench, have his right hand taped up.
And of course, he has been playing quarterback, so should they stop him here, he'd have to get a quick tape job.
Or they'll go back with Justin Franz.
3rd and 1. They keep the ball on the ground, and there's Klesnarski. He's got the first down. So it took a while. In fact, it took almost 16 minutes to get a first down. But Nativity has its first of the game all the way up to the 43-yard line.
This guy is fun to watch. He is a good, hard-nosed, two-way player. You see him again, not afraid to make some contact, is he?
And good recognition there, able to cut it to the outside. He saw he had nothing inside and was able to step around. And that really is what made the play go. First and 10 now at the Nativity 43-yard line.
And Randy, if he can continue to do that, that's going to make it a lot easier for Herndon to pick up some yardage.
They keep the ball on the ground. Again, it's Plesnarski. He's getting the bulk of the ball carry here. And he's up to the 46-yard line, a pickup of 3.
He nearly broke that one for a big gainer.
Plesnarski, a 5'11", 170-pound senior. Good linebacker and a good fullback. Not too many fullbacks at 170.
He nearly was able to break that tackle, but dragged down by Ryan Olenek, number 45, for a gain of 2.
D'Angelo wants to throw the ball. They've loosened it up a little bit, and the ball is complete to number 15, Eric Imnama.
And a quick look at Adam Krantz there, getting that right hand looked at. The completion for 7 yards will bring up 3rd down and short.
And there you see, of course, checking Adam Krantz. He suffered, not sure what he suffered, but a hand injury, a lot of blood coming from his hand, a lot on his uniform.
See the blood there in his uniform pants? He's got cut on the right hand.
Good job by our camera crew to get down in there tight. Keep the ball on the ground, and D'Angelo simply keeps it. Crosses the 45-yard line down to about the 43, and that'll be a second first down for Nativity.
Some coaches would tell you the best defense is an offense like this that grinds it out on the ground, picks up first down after first down, and just simply doesn't let the other team have the football. And that's what Nativity is doing right now with some good hard-nosed running. There's a quarterback sneak that goes for 3 yards.
So good work up front by Nativity's offensive line, and here comes Herndon, and this is a big run all the way to the 31-yard line, a pickup of 12 and another first down for Nativity.
You could see it coming. He had not been used a whole lot. It was Plesnarski, Plesnarski, Plesnarski some more. And all of a sudden you think about Plesnarski more and kind of forget about Herndon, and he's gone for a big gainer.
Nativity, one of those schools with a plethora of nicknames. They're the Green Wave, they're the Hilltoppers, their girls basketball team, of course, the Golden Girls, the defending state champs. Have we covered them all?
I think we have.
Okay. Keep the ball inside. Herndon again on the loose, and he takes a big hit on the finish there, but not before he gets inside the 25-yard line. This is a very impressive drive here by Nativity.
And I'll tell you what, these two teams are hitting too, aren't they? Man, there are some big-time tackles being made on both sides. And Herndon, the last 2 carries, has broken free, picks up 9 on this one. I still find it hard to believe he get 281 yards on 16 carries.
And 4 touchdowns to boot. On the ground is Plesnarski inside the 15-yard line. Another first down for the Green Wave.
They've got it going now. You can't key on either one. They are both running extremely effectively. That's a gain of 7 more for Plesnarski. So the last 3 plays all on the ground have netted 29 yards. And Minersville is going to take its final time out of the half, and doing so on defense. You see Plesnarski right up the middle.
Number 54, that is Vince DeRosier. And he came up, he had to make the tackle. Right now, the Miners really back on their heels.
The Nativity is nothing real fancy either. A lot of plays between the tackles, picking up this big yardage.
And of course, always a telltale sign when the defender is falling backwards, making the tackle. Some good hard running here by the Green Wave.
And now you have to worry, if you're Minersville, is that all of a sudden play action, and Nativity gets a guy behind the defense for a touchdown because they're so run conscious on defense right now.
And of course, Carlo D'Angelo has a big time arm. We saw it earlier in the first quarter. Jared Novak already with a couple of touchdown catches, 1 catch in this game, 14 for the season. So he's a weapon to be used, number 8. And I'll tell you, there's nothing the offensive linemen like more in this situation than when they just say, hey, we're going to run right at you, and that's what they've been doing, and they're just knocking bodies out of the way.
Absolutely. They can't wait to get back to the huddle and see where the next play is going.
Another thing this drive is doing, besides consuming yardage, is resuming the clock. 5:16 left, and this time it'll be stopped, hold on first down. Herndon thrown backwards. Big hit made there by number 3, Adam Franz, back in the game.
And Brian Franco, number 74, 6'2", junior, getting there as well for a loss of a yard. So the timeout, at least for now, doing a world of good for the Miners.
Play lost a yard. Forward momentum got him back to about the 15-yard line. This is Nativity's deepest drive of the game. 4:45 left in a scoreless first half. Herndon again, he's dragged down and finally finished off. Number 74, Brian Franco, ball on the turf, but the official says that the ball was already down before the fumble occurred. Franco made a good stop, the junior tackle.
Gain of 2 on the play, so now you're looking at 3rd down and 9.
You be the judge at home. Is this a fumble? Franco will get hit, and there comes Franco to finish him off.
Yeah, it looks like he is down when the ball comes out.
Justin Klitsch was the man who initially had it. Now D'Angelo wants to throw complete, and a touchdown. Touchdown for number 8, Jared Novak. His 2nd catch of the night, 15th of the year, and 3rd touchdown. It is Nativity who has scored first in this game.
From 14 yards out, what a well-thrown ball by D'Angelo, and a great catch on the move by Novak. He had enough for the first down, but he ends up getting a touchdown out of it. Great play for Nativity.
Novak, and we'll see the replay after the extra point attempt here, almost looked like he caught the ball with his hands. A difficult catch to make. Extra point here to be attempted, and on the way by Mistyshin, and good. So despite the fact that Minersville had several chances deep into Nativity territory in the first quarter and early in the second, Nativity gets to the board first. See, let's take a look at the touchdown pass.
D'Angelo's going to do a little roll out here to the right, throwing on the run, and he got something on it. And look at that catch on a high throw. Novak in traffic makes the difficult catch and then turns into the end zone for a touchdown. That's a great play at both ends because D'Angelo on the run had to get something on that throw to get it through the traffic, and he did so.
And again, here's a team, Nativity, who went almost 16 minutes without a first down in this game, and then all of a sudden put together a fantastic drive, most of it done on the ground, most of it between 31 Rob Herndon and 5 Bobby Plesnarski. The payoff, though, coming on a strike by D'Angelo to his teammate Novak.
Minersville has had a drive start at the 23-yard line of Nativity and at the 40-yard line of Nativity, and no points thus far for the Miners.
Mistyshin to kick off right down the middle, and it'll be returned here by Simonitis. 30, 35, tries to get to the outside, and nice return all the way up to the 43-yard line.
Again, great field position for the Miners. It is a 29-yard return for Simonitis.
They'll spot the ball just shy of the 44-yard line. Let's take a look at the return again.
Simonitis gets a wall of blockers, a little move to the outside, and dragging tacklers with him out to the 44-yard line.
So let's see if Minersville can answer the call right here. It is now Justin Franz, the quarterback, wants to throw deep down the field, has a man down there, it'll be incomplete. Ball kind of fluttered. It was intended for Justin Klitsch, who had Herndon beat, but the ball just wasn't thrown long enough.
Yeah, too much air under the ball allowed Herndon to get back while Klitsch had to slow down. And in fact, when the ball got there, Herndon had the better chance to make the catch.
Rick Jones not shy about airing it out, despite the fact that Minersville operates the wing bone. Occasionally they will just rev it up and throw it as far down the field as they can. And oftentimes that's as much as anything to keep the defense loose. 2nd down and 10 for the Miners at their 44-yard line. They're down 7-0. Franz under pressure. Now trying to run, gets to the outside and makes a nice play to the 49-yard line. The tackle made that time by number 15, Eric Inema.
What a great play by Justin Franz. That should have been a sack for big loss there, for a big loss for Nativity. As it turns out, it's a 5-yard gain for Minersville. This is a huge play. Instead of 3rd down and long, this scramble by Franz makes it a 3rd down and 5 near midfield.
This looks like he's in the middle of a minefield here with explosive devices everywhere he looks, and somehow he still gets out of the pocket.
And he really didn't have a whole lot of blocking, and it didn't matter.
Franz under pressure again, down the field again into traffic, and almost intercepted that time by Carlo D'Angelo. He just put that ball up among 5 different players, 2 of which wearing his uniform. That was a dangerous pass.
It sure was. Off balance, rolling to his left. Franz now 0 for 4 throwing the football.
Exactly 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. 7-0 Nativity.
Nativity has all 3 timeouts remaining as well, and will get the ball to start the second half. This could be a huge sequence right here.
Herndon and D'Angelo back standing at their 20-yard line. A low snap, nobody coming, and ball almost got blocked anyway. This one will bounce, and it'll go inside the 15-yard line. It'll be returned. Somebody picking it up. Herndon took a real gamble that time, as he didn't want to see the ball bounce down to the 10. I don't know how he got out of there.
All of a sudden, a Keystone Cop Center squad game broke out.
Wow.
He had a punt mishandled. Nobody went after it. They were setting up a return, and then Nativity lets the ball bounce, which is a cardinal sin at that point, because you don't want to let the ball roll that far. And then Herndon in traffic picks it up and gets away with it.
That's a wild play. The bad snap started the whole thing, and of course, the only thing that saved Minersville that time was the fact that Nativity had no rush on the punter.
That's one of those you put on a reel and how not to do the punt play.
Here's D'Angelo. He'll hand the ball off. Herndon pushing forward to the 20-yard line. Pick up a 3.
You got a guy like Herndon who has had a lot of success. He's only a sophomore, and they're the types of guys that think, I can do anything when I touch the football, not realizing that a lot of things can go wrong there. I'm sure when they look at the films, he'll be schooled on that, and he won't do it again.
Here's the play again, just a simple off-tackle play. Time a factor, under 2:20 to go here in the first half, and the question that Mike Brennan of Nativity has to answer is, do you want to take a chance and put the ball up? They obviously do. D'Angelo deep down the field has a man wide open, and that is Novak. He's down the left sideline, 1-9 to beat, and he will score a touchdown. Wow. 79 yards, D'Angelo to Novak. We mentioned a moment ago that they would have to decide whether to play it safe or try to go with the big pass down the middle. And there's the answer to the question. Novak, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
What a great throw by D'Angelo. Right on the money, right on stride. Novak did not have to wait, did not have to slow up. He caught that ball at top speed and just simply raced to the end zone for a 79-yard touchdown.
This D'Angelo has some kind of arm, and of course, that time Novak had about 3 steps on his defender. Here's the extra point attempt, and Mistyshin has his 2nd consecutive conversion. Within the space, Steve, of 2 minutes and 3 seconds, D'Angelo to Novak. Here's the latest strike.
Well, Penn State fans should kind of recognize this. Looks very familiar to last week against Miami. Just a streak down the left sideline. And look at this ball. Novak never breaks stride. That ball is right there over the inside shoulder, and then it's a foot race, and he'll be hit here inside the 5-yard line, but enough momentum to carry into the end zone for a 79-yard touchdown, and Nativity gets the ball to start the second half.
And you know, you mentioned the choppy fields, long touchdown pass against Miami. That too was 79 yards.
There's Mike Brennan. Couldn't have been drawn up any better than that.
They'll kick it short, and it comes down to the 25-yard line. The return here is by Snyder. He gets away momentarily, gets it out to the 43-yard line.
This is amazing. If you would give me a sheet of paper at halftime, all it lists is where each drive started for each team, what yard line, and you said the score was 14-0. I would tell you Minersville's winning 14-0. That has not been the case. Minersville has had much better field position, but Nativity has all the points.
Now, Nativity had the long drive and the touchdown pass at the end, and here's Snyder with a nice run. It looked like he was hemmed in and finally brought down. And right now, timeout will be taken as sometimes you get the adrenaline flowing if you're a defensive player, and you want to make sure that everybody is well organized.
There's Mike Brennan. You talked a little about his history, played at Temple, was also a coach at Holy Cross High School in New Jersey.
Southern New Jersey kid. I believe he said he was there when Ryan Luzinski.
Just after Luzinski was there. Greg Luzinski's son, yeah.
Here are the replay times for this game on Pottsville Channel 7, AT&T Cable Services. So we'll have the game 4 different showings starting on Sunday at 10 a.m. and 3 times during the week. And I'll tell you what, just those 2 long plays, or the 2 touchdown plays, are worth the price of admission.
We'll be back November 5th, Blue Mountain at Schuylkill Haven, by the way.
Now penalty flags come flying in. Usually this is a delay of game or perhaps a motion penalty. We'll see what the decision is. In fact, the legal procedure is the call, so that'll back up the Miners 5 yards with 1:52 left here in the first half.
Well, a couple of things here. If you're Minersville, you don't want to make a mistake that might give Nativity a chance to score again. If you're Nativity, you don't want to let Minersville come up with a big play to get right back in this thing.
Franz down the field, has a man, complete, number 87, Maluski. And he's able to get inside the 40-yard line, so all of a sudden a team that hasn't thrown but 25 times the whole season coming in, moving the ball in the air.
Well thrown ball to Maluski. Gain of 20 on the play.
Maluski listed at 6'3", 175, a junior. Take a look at the play again. Pretty good pass as we come right back to live action, though. Franz on the run. He's been able to scramble on a short pass, complete down to the 33-yard line. Billy Newton, the receiver. The junior makes the catch. 1:30 to go, clock running, pickup of 7.
Franz now 2 for 6 after he misfired on his first 4 attempts.
Franz to throw, fires it out, complete to Simonitis. Simonitis looking for the corner, and finally dragged down by Carlo D'Angelo. If he beats him, he could go.
Great block by Franco on that little screen to the right side. Franco got out there and just wiped out a Nativity player, and now Minersville knocking on the door.
Take another quick look at this play. We'll have to come back quickly, though, to live. Simonitis able to make the catch.
Right there's Franco's block. And then Simonitis off to the races, gain of about 17 in the play.
And that really opened things up. Just outside the 15-yard line. Franz scrambling out of the pocket, looking in the end zone, firing, and almost caught just shy of the goal line. Billy Newton was the intended receiver, and he almost was able to get up and get it.
Keep in mind, Minersville out of timeouts, so they have to go into the hurry-up. 57 seconds left. They'll get a chance to huddle up now with the incompletion, but nearly a great catch by Newton.
It is almost critical here that Minersville put some points on the board, as Steve mentioned before. Pottsville will get the ball first when the second half begins, so this could get them to within a score. And it's amazing, a team that lives and dies with their ground game, somehow able to find the passing game when they need it most.
Double slot formation this time.
Franz very effective running out of the pocket, being chased this time, firing, and that one's incomplete. Giving chase that time was Andy Kubik, as he was able to force Justin Franz to throw the ball out of bounds. No chance to catch it.
As you watch this, keep in mind there's 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left, and I'm a little surprised he's rolling out in that formation, because what you're doing is having your receivers. These 2 guys to the top of your screen, there's no way he can get the ball to them, so you just worry about the 2 guys who are lined up left, and you see well covered downfield.
Good job by our camera crew. Kubek, you saw him bringing Franz down. Franz had to throw the ball before he wanted to. This time Franz holds his ground, firing into the end zone. Simonitis, did he get it?
Made the catch, but he's shy.
He got it down around the 2-yard line with 46 seconds left. That's a tremendous catch, the diving catch made by Ed Simonitis.
I think they're going to mark him inside the 1. Clock stops to move the down marker. They're going to go quickly.
Now remember, they're out of timeout, so if they run the ball, the clock will keep running. Franz, quarterback sneak, and I don't think he got there.
I don't think anybody knew what the play was, because Franz looked over at
I think that was just a quarterback sneak.
Again, I don't think anybody was really sure what was going on. They still have some time, though.
They're lining up quickly again. And he spikes the ball, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 with 22 seconds left. That's the problem. If you want to run the ball, you're really not going to even have time to huddle, and I believe what they'll do here perhaps is call a couple of plays just in case the first one doesn't work, because there really would be no time to huddle up again.
That's a good play by Minersville. Is there a flag on the field?
It looks to be, unless the referee is just using his flag to spot it.
Well, they are sending one of the Nativity players, Andy Kubik, off the field. He's had a big game. It's a personal foul, and he's been tossed out. Kubik has been thrown out of the game.
And I think Mike Brennan wants an explanation from the officials. He's trying to get the attention to have an official come over and explain it. And now Brennan is indicating for his troops to call timeout.
He's not going to talk to his defense at all. I don't know if we can see what happened, if we can run that back. Minersville was just simply stopping the clock.
So Andy Kubek tossed out of the game, number 64, and Brennan, a man very, very upset here. Boy, I'll tell you, that is a big, big moment in this game. I'm not sure what Kubek did. He's a vital guy in that line for Nativity, and you can well imagine Brennan not happy to see his team in the shadow of its own goal line, let alone have one of their best linemen thrown out of the game.
And the referee's serious about it.
Yeah, that's taken the little bit of the wind out of the sails of Brennan here. I don't know if we can get a chance to look at what might have happened.
Mike Brennan needs to get his players into a huddle before somebody else gets thrown out.
And that back judge pretty adamant as to what he saw.
Yeah, I believe it's the umpire, actually.
Yeah, it is the umpire. I'm sorry. So Kubek out of the game. The immediate situation is 3rd down, right down at the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal. And what do you do here? First thing, they'll stack the backfield. Simonitis, the fullback, John Sterling. Still the quarterback, Justin Franz. 22 seconds left.
They had to move it half the distance, so they gained a foot.
So still 3rd and 1, although a little closer, the 1. Give the ball to Simonitis. He's got a touchdown for Minersville. Simonitis, with 19 seconds left in the first half, has put the Miners on the board.
Well, what a big drive for the Miners to stay in this game. And now they'll turn it over to their defense to start the second half and try and get the ball back quickly.
Well, the extra point right here will be attempted by Brandon Kapanet. With the extra point, plenty of leg on it, right over the school buses out into the parking lot. And Minersville has narrowed the gap to 1 score. It's now 14-7 Nativity. And that's really got to give the Miners a shot of adrenaline going into the locker room.
So we went 20 minutes without a score, and we've had 3 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes of the first half.
Take another look at the touchdown. They fake the ball, good blocking off the left side, and Simonitis with the easy touchdown into the end zone, diving in. Still would like to find out what the cause of the ejection was. We took a look down in the truck at the replay and really were not able to spot the foul by Andy Kubik.
It's a big call because Kubik has had a big first half defensively, and he is gone for the rest of the game.
Brandon Kapanitz will kick off again. And again, Nativity will get the ball. The guess is here Nativity will probably take a knee and just go to the locker room with the 14-7 lead. Probably a little bit of a short kick, although this one rather long. Herndon will take it down inside the 15-yard line, right up the near sideline. Has a gap, still on his feet, gets it back almost to midfield.
You know what? You can take a shot from here.
D'Angelo certainly has the arm strength to get it down the field. We'll see what they have in mind. We thought they might be a little conservative when they threw the 79-yard touchdown pass from D'Angelo to Novak with 2:01 left in the half. That gave them a 14-0 lead, and then Minersville, using the pass, hustled down the field to score their touchdown.
Well, Mike Brennan sent the play in with Novak, and he talked to him for a long time. longer than it would say take a knee.
And he's getting single coverage out on the left side. They will run the ball. Herndon will be down, and that'll be the end of the first half. The last 4 seconds will tick off. So the first half is over. Wasn't exciting except for the last 4 minutes, but then 3 touchdowns in all in the last 4:04. It's 14-7. The Green Wave with the lead. We'll take a break. We'll come back for halftime festivities right after this.
AT&T Cable Services, formerly Time Warner Cable, presents the best in local high school and college football. Cheer on your home team, root for your alma mater, or check out the rival team. Join announcers Steve Degler and Randy Stevens for all the play-by-play excitement this weekend as the Green Wave of Nativity take on the Battling Miners of Minersville. If you can't be there in person, catch one of our replays throughout the week following the game. AT&T Cable Services, your source for local high school and college football.
On the water or in the woods, it's always a great day outdoors. Pennsylvania's award-winning outdoor video magazine. Join hosts Roger Mallon and Bob Entler every week for outdoor adventure and fun, with close-ups on nature, fishing, hunting, conservation, and the latest Pennsylvania outdoor news. A great day outdoors is outdoor fun in our own backyard. So join us this week for the latest edition of A Great Day Outdoors.
Looking for the biggest deal in entertainment? Then check out this month's Big Picture features on Time Warner Home Theater. Nothing can keep a bad guy from his money. Payback. A divorced woman and a heartbroken man find romance. Message in a Bottle. Alicia Silverstone and Brendan Fraser star in Blast from the Past. And WWF superstars won't forgive or forget when they meet their opponents in the ring. WWF Unforgiven. The Big Picture on Time Warner Home Theater. The biggest thing to happen to your TV.
One of my favorite memories of my grandfather is that he loved books. He was a brilliant man, self-taught, witty, well-read, but the final chapters of his life were left unwritten by Alzheimer's, a disease that robs millions of Americans of their memories and their ability to think. Take a step to help people with Alzheimer's by joining this year's Alzheimer's Association Memory Walk. Your efforts will help thousands of families cope with this illness and preserve the links that make us family, memories.
Welcome back to Minersville. Randy Stevens along with Steve Degler. A scoreless game until about 4 minutes left in the first half. And Steve, from that point on, Nativity with 2 touchdown passes. Minersville, after passing the ball to get down the field, scoring with just 19 seconds left on a 1-yard run by Simonitis. A lot of offense in that last 4 minutes.
And a huge drive at the end of the half for the Miners to get on the board, especially with Nativity getting the ball to start the second half. But the big play may be on the ball that was spiked just to stop the clock when Andy Kubek, number 64 Nativity, for Nativity, was tossed out after a personal foul penalty. We had a chance to look at that play during the break, and we saw nothing of any significance in our frame, but in our screen, I should say, but maybe something happened after the play. Maybe something was said. Maybe something was done by Kubek. Mike Brennan certainly wasn't happy. He went back to the officiating crew as he was walking off the field at halftime to have a few more words, and that's a huge loss for Nativity, and we'll see how they rebound from that.
Well, the first half where Nativity just spent 16 minutes failing to even get a first down, and then all of a sudden their offense looked tremendously impressive, and they did it mostly by going down the field on the ground.
You got to wonder what Minersville is thinking defensively in the locker room right now, because the first scoring drive was run, with Plesnarski, with Herndon. Then all of a sudden on a 3rd down and 9, they put the ball up, and Novak made a great catch of D'Angelo's pass and scored from 14 yards out. Then the next time, the ball's all the way back at the 21-yard line of Nativity, and they go up top quickly, 79 yards to Novak again. If you're Minersville, you're going to be thinking, okay, what are they going to do in the second half? Are they going to run that ball down our throats again, like that first scoring drive, or are they going to come out and try and get 6 in a hurry like they did in the second scoring drive? It's a tough situation for Minersville right now.
Meanwhile, you would expect the Miners, who basically keep the ball on the ground, generally not to be able to move down the field throwing. That's exactly what they did, so maybe some questions for Nativity to answer as well. 14-7, Nativity leading at the half. Let's go down and join the Nativity High School Marching Band as they perform here in Minersville.
Your cable company is now AT&T. And while we're changing the name on our trucks and signs, we're not changing everything. We'll keep bringing you the cable programs you love. And we'll keep working hard to serve you better. And the best part is, we're planning for a future full of exciting possibilities. All designed for you.
On the water or in the woods, it's always a great day outdoors. Pennsylvania's award-winning outdoor video magazine. Join hosts Roger Mallon and Bob Entler every week for outdoor adventure and fun. With close-ups on nature, fishing, hunting, conservation, and the latest Pennsylvania outdoor news. A great day outdoors is outdoor fun in our own backyard. So join us this week for the latest edition of A Great Day Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Pat Murphy-Stark, host of the Movie Loft. Join me this month for an inside look at some of the great movies available in September on pay-per-view. Hits like Payback, A Civil Action, Message in a Bottle, 8mm, and more. So if you want the convenience and the best that Hollywood has to offer, then be sure to give pay-per-view a try.
For 10 years, the cable industry has been helping teachers teach through cable in the classroom. It's cable in the classroom. All the great things that cable can be in the classroom. It's free to schools, commercial-free, and it's educational. There's a great, big, wonderful world out there, and cable in the classroom brings it into the classroom. I wish they had it when I was a kid.
Cable in the Classroom is a public service of the cable communications industry and your local cable company.
There are the battling Miners of Minersville set to kick off to start the second half. They were able to march down the field, throwing the football on the arm of Justin Franz to get on the scoreboard and make a game out of this, Steve. It's 14-7.
And now it's up to the defense to try and hold Nativity. Kind of discount the last possession for Nativity with a handful of seconds on the clock, but the previous two possessions to that, the Green Wave offense was simply outstanding. So Minersville will try and get the ball back in pretty good field position for this offense and hopefully try and tie the ball game, while Nativity will try and go back up by a pair of touchdowns.
Both teams did some things they don't normally do in that first half, and again, all three of the touchdowns scored, 2 by Nativity, 1 by the Miners, coming within the last 4:04 of the first half. So a scoreless game until then, and a lot of points.
You would have to think that the momentum with Minersville right now, with the ejection and with the touchdown, that they should have things going their way.
This will take Herndon back down inside the 5-yard line, and this is going to give Nativity some poor field position, as he will be down after getting back to the 15-yard line. By the way, the ejection to which Steve speaks is the Andy Kubek ejection, number 64, tossed out of the game in the final minute of the first half. And Steve, we're still not sure what exactly happened.
No, we checked with some of the Minersville coaches to see if they heard anything why it happened, and we checked our replay, could see nothing. In a play where the ball was spiked just to stop the clock. A strange time for an ejection.
Carlo D'Angelo, the quarterback, number 1, hands the ball off, and the Miners look a little fired up to start the second half. Not much of a gain, if anything.
Yeah, Herndon got stacked up behind the line after that kickoff return where I wasn't able to see exactly where he picked the ball up, but his momentum took him into the end zone, but that's not a touchback because he ran back there with the ball, and it was one of those where maybe he thought the ball was not going to get to the end zone, so he thought, I better pick it up before a Minersville player gets here. And it's one of those situations where if you let it go, you're taking a big risk. So they start with very poor field position here in the second half.
Herndon's run lost 2 yards, so second down and 12 from the 13-yard line. D'Angelo fumbled the football. Minersville has it.
That's
Big
the break.
Turnover.
That's the break the Miners were looking for. Justin Klitsch, number 80, the sophomore, recovers it. And another situation where the field is very short for the Miners.
Nativity a little out of sorts after seeing the Miners cruise down the field to get on the board near the end of the first half. And this play, second and 12, D'Angelo will get hit here and loses the football.
Looked like Franco, number 74, was there to make the hit. And Klitsch comes up with a recovery. huge play by that defense. Exactly what it was looking for.
So first and goal now, inside the 15-yard line. They keep the ball on the ground. Not much yardage there for number 25. That's Simonitis.
They've kept Simonitis in check. 11 yards on 6 carries. Sterling just 13 yards on 7 carries.
Simonitis was hit in the backfield, although he managed to pick up a yard. So the ball down near the 10-yard line now.
I think it's safe to say they missed Pavelko.
Absolutely. He gives them another gun, and he may be their best gun out of that backfield. Simonitis off the right side. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Going to get close to the first down. He may be a yard or two shy, but a good hard run by Simonitis.
That was a much better situation for Simonitis. You get him outside the tackles where he can use the cutback and use that speed. And he is going to bring up a 3rd down and very short. Less than a yard.
So they're inside the 5-yard line now. The most immediate goal is to pick up the first down. Number 11, Justin Franz. He passed them down the field in the waning moments of that half. Simonitis near the goal line, touchdown. Simonitis with the score from 4 yards out, and this game is just an extra point attempt away from being tied.
That time he went between the tackles and just barreled through a large hole. And what a turn of events.
Who would have thought with 2:01 left in the half, when Nativity took a 14-0 lead on a 79-yard bomb, that the Miners would require about 4 minutes to get back in and tie it. Flag goes down. The extra point attempt is good. Now let's check the penalty. If I'm not mistaken, Steve, I think Adam Franz was the quarterback, was he not? Or was it Justin?
I was not able to see which one was back there calling the signals.
But a touchdown nevertheless, and the extra point will stand as the penalty is declined.
Why don't we take a look right here? It is Justin
That
Franz.
is Justin, you're right.
Simonitis with a big hole. Was able to sneak through there and got wrapped up around the legs. Was able to dive into the end zone for the touchdown from 3 yards out.
Tremendous momentum shift over the last 4 minutes, last 2 minutes of the first half, the first 2 minutes of this half, and there's a guy who's really gotten into it. He was really all over his teammates before the opening kickoff, trying to get them fired up. That's Brian Franco, the tackle, junior, number 74.
It's actually 2 minutes and 23 seconds of clock time between Minersville touchdowns. 19 seconds left in the first half and 2:04 into the second half.
And 4 minutes and 2 seconds it took them to score the 2 touchdowns from the time of the 79-yard bomb. So, boy, you see games that switch around momentum-wise, and this game really has done so. The Miners now to kick off. Brandon Kapanis, and again, Nativity was in a position to do something. They got the ball first and weren't able to do anything. In fact, fumbled it away, really short in the field.
And Kapanis should get as much credit as anybody for that great kickoff to start the second half.
And here's another boomer down to the 5-yard line. Herndon with the ball.
Big
Has
hole.
a hole. Finally gets it out to the 30-yard line. The hole closed in a big hurry is number 37.
Boy, if he had gotten through that hole, he was gone. Sitting up here, it looked like that was going to be a huge return for Nativity.
Take a look at the room that he has. A big hole opened up. And then it was quickly closed down.
He ran a long way before you even saw a blue shirt.
First and goal from the 30. Herndon with the ball. The 40, 45, pick up at 16, and here comes Nativity bouncing right back.
That's a big play for the Green Wave. After the fumble set up the tying touchdown, Herndon goes for 16 yards on first down.
So Herndon, who a week ago had a monumental game, 16 carries, 281 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Now timeout on the field as...
Got a problem with the chains. The other side of the field, it would appear.
I don't know whether they're unable to put them up. Not sure what the problem is right now, but timeout by the officials here.
The far side of the field, looks like they're trying to locate something at the end of the Nativity bench. That's the Minersville huddle. There's the referee, Jim Dudash. It's to his left is where they are out in the field, some non-uniform personnel trying to find something.
I wonder if they lost one of the little contraptions on the chains, something that keeps it stuck in the ground, for instance.
Hopefully not a couple links.
Yeah, that can make for first and almost 10 yards to go, right? And hopefully nobody lost the contact line. So they're over there trying to do a little surgery on the chains, a little chain repair.
They got it straightened out, whatever it is.
So first and 10 now from the 36-yard line for the Green Wave. D'Angelo handing the ball off to Herndon, and he's able to cross midfield into the Miners' territory and pick up a 5. Rob Herndon now getting into the game. This is what we expected. They expected to see him get at least 20 carries tonight.
That's what we talked about in the first half. This happens a few plays in a row, and all of a sudden you have to worry about play action and looking for Novak downfield. First play was bounced to the outside. This time, Herndon keeps it in the middle and still gets 5 yards.
This time Plesnarski the ball carrier, and he's able to take it to the 46-yard line and pick up a 3. Depending on where they mark it, and they'll mark it very close to the 45-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and 1.
Well, you can't go wrong if you're getting 5 yards on first down, 4 yards on second down.
And this is an impressive drive because with the momentum picked up and the quick 2 scores by the Miners, Nativity needed to pull something out of the hat, and they've gone back really to just fundamental hard-driving football, running the football. Herndon is stopped in the backfield, and I don't believe he even got back to the line of scrimmage.
Franco again, number 74 was there, so was Vince DeRosier, number 54, the senior. And it's going to be 4th and almost 2.
Interesting to see here. You'd imagine they punt the football in a tie game, and in fact, that's exactly what they'll do. Herndon will go back in punt formation. Steve, remember in the first half, most of his punts were very short. Eddie Simonitis is the man back at his 10-yard line, and this one will take a roll down inside the 15-yard line, and a flag is down.
Flag at the 30-yard line. That could be holding on Minersville, on one of the outside men for Nativity trying to get downfield. Nativity's had some problems punting the football. Pretty good job that time by Herndon, and it is holding on Minersville.
So that should move the ball. The holding call will move the ball back to about the 15-yard line. Usually if it's inside the 30, it would be half the distance.
I think they're going to call it before the kick, Randy.
Well, if that's the case,
it's first down for
that would be
Nativity.
a first down. Wow, that's an enormous play right here.
That's exactly what it is.
And Rick Jones is incensed. I'm not sure if he's incensed at the officials or his team.
It looked like he was yelling at his team. That's
Boy,
a huge break for Nativity right there.
So instead of Minersville getting the ball at about their own 15-yard line, they have given new life to this drive here by Nativity. As the Green Wave will have it first and 10 at the Miners' 37-yard line. 7:42 to go, 14-14 game. Not much going there. Nice play made to fill the hole by Andy Hoysock. Boy, Hoysock made a nice play, and that's a loss of 1.
Boy, it's really been big play or nothing at all for Herndon. There's Jeff Brennan, who got the start in the backfield in place of Pavelko tonight. He's got some ice on the left ankle. It's been a hard-hitting game. There'll be some bruises taken home tonight.
Well, you're not kidding. Quick pass by D'Angelo, and that one will be complete. Eric Anema. Nice safe pass down to the 25-yard line.
That's a well-thrown ball.
And I think Kozlarski actually was the man who...
You were right, it was Anema.
Yeah, it was Anema. Anema made the catch. Had that'll be a first down. The ball spotted now at the Miners' 26-yard line.
Right down the middle. Again in traffic, but the ball right on the money from D'Angelo. Gain of 12 on the play. He's thrown for 127 yards tonight.
79 of them on one strike. The second touchdown for Nativity. Nice defensive play coming up to make the stop that time was Eddie Simonitis. As Herndon, the ball carrier. But again, a 4-yard pickup. And one of the things that Nativity has been able to do well in this game is run on first down.
I don't know if we'll see it, but Simonitis literally threw off his blocker. It was number 21, Tim Burtis, who went flying backwards. There's Burtis right there in the white jersey. That was Simonitis who threw him off, and then Eddie makes the tackle as well.
Second down and 6. The ball at the 22-yard line. Nativity trying to take the lead, trying to take it back. Quick pass, and that time a hard hit taken. Ball was intended for Jared Novak.
That breaks a string of 5 straight completions by D'Angelo. Very similar throw to the first touchdown catch by Novak. A high throw, but he could not come down with this one.
First time Novak was able to get his hands up and make the catch. This one almost impossible. 5:55 left. We're just halfway through this third quarter. 14-14 game. There's 14-7 Nativity at the half. D'Angelo, some play fakes. Wants to go into the corner. Ball caught for a touchdown. Third touchdown of the night by Jared Novak.
And it should not count because Novak stepped out of bounds and the Minersville coaching staff saw it. Novak stepped out of bounds and came back in and made the catch. And he's going to get away with it.
That's going to be unbelievable because they clearly on the Minersville side of the field saw it.
And they're saying he was pushed out, so that's why it's allowed. Jim Dudash came right over to the Minersville sideline and said he was forced out, but he definitely stepped out of bounds, and the touchdown will stand.
And what a night by Novak. He had 2 touchdowns coming into this game for the season. He has scored 3 touchdowns tonight. And this most recent touchdown with 5:50 left has given Nativity the lead.
A little pump and go. Novak faked the short route, went deep, and again the ball right on the money.
Extra point, a low line drive, but good nevertheless. Let's take another look. And Simonitis made a nice catch on this. And how about the pump fakes? And Carlo D'Angelo laid it right in.
Again, the ball right on the money down that right sideline, and Novak with a great catch.
That's a fantastic throw by D'Angelo, who put it right over his shoulder in stride. And how about the combination D'Angelo to Novak tonight? They have struck 3 times. 1 short pass over the middle, 1 long bomb, and how about an intermediate strike? Mike Musician will kick off here. Nativity has reclaimed the lead. They led it 14-0 at one point. It's now 21-14. And Steve, for a game that went 20 minutes without any points at all, a lot of points recently.
That one from 22 yards out, and yeah, we went well into the second quarter without anything happening, and now every time we have a change of possession, something big's happening.
Gillespie fielding the ball and takes it out over the 35-yard line.
Unofficially, I have Novak. 3 catches, 126 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
14, 79, and 22 yards on the touchdowns. Let's look at the replay again on the return here. Matt Molesky returning it. It's 1st and 10 now for the Miners at their own 36-yard line. They'll keep the ball on the ground. Simonitis up to the 45-yard line, short of the first down, but a good pickup of 8 on first down.
Well, this is turning into a shootout. You look at Nativity last week, played a game in which 63 points were scored. Opening weekend, a game in which 66 points were scored. And all of a sudden, we've got 35 on the board. It was scoreless until 4:04 left before halftime.
Almost 20 minutes of scoreless football, and a lot has happened since then. 5 touchdowns. Outside is Sterling. Look out. He's got the first down, crossing midfield down to the 45-yard line of Nativity.
And he nearly had a lot more. Had he been able to make that last move, he goes well into Nativity territory. Instead, he picks up 10 and a first down.
Under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Both offenses very slow to start in this game, but needless to say, they are sufficiently warmed up now. They run to Simonitis, and this time he will be grabbed, and the tackle will be made.
Kozlarski again with the hit right at the line of scrimmage, but Simonitis, twisting and turning, manages to dive forward for about 3.
Kozlarski wrapped him up by the ankles, but no help came, and you'll see Kozlarski right here will get him low, holds onto that leg, and nobody shows up to help him. And as a result, a nice play, just stretching out to pick up a couple of extra yards.
We've got a Nativity player hurt right there at their huddle. You see the officials around him. Not sure who it is. He went down in the huddle. Looks like it is one of the linemen.
This is one of those games where you're going to see some fatigue and you're going to see some injuries as well, because they are really hitting, and also a lot of activity now offensively, and that's when defenders start to get a little tired.
It's turned into a tennis match. Back and forth, these teams going down the field against one another, and it's looking like one of those nights where the team that has the ball last has the big advantage.
But Jared Novak, what a game he has had. I believe 4 catches on the night, 3 of them for touchdowns. He now has 17 catches on the year, 5 touchdown receptions.
D'Angelo came in completing less than 50% of his passes, 22 for 48, 97 for 10 for 3 touchdowns.
.420 to go here in period number 3. Nativity leading at 21-14. Of course, the injured player necessitating a stoppage, and that may be as good as anything for the Nativity defense right here, because the guys have been kind of back on their heels here in the last 2 drives. This second half began badly for Nativity as they coughed up the ball deep inside their own territory down at the 13-yard line, and Minersville wasted no time driving it the final 13 yards. The last 4 scoring was Simonitis. That tied the game. And then Nativity came right back, again running the ball, but using the touchdown pass to score.
Looks like it's number 75, J.R. Breslin. He is just a freshman, one of several, one of actually many, call it, on this Nativity team. He's 5'10", 280 pounds.
Just your average 280-pound, 14-year-old kid.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
It looks like it's fairly serious. I believe it was the right knee they were looking at, and that's a tough situation for a freshman who's got so many years ahead of him. Not putting any weight in that right leg as he leaves the field. 11 freshmen listed on the Nativity roster.
It'll take another moment as Breslin has not yet made it to the sideline.
So that's basically 2 they've lost along that defensive line, with Kubek being thrown out late in the first half, and now Breslin leaving as well.
Okay, we're set to resume. 2nd down and 7 from the 42-yard line of Nativity. 4:17 left here in the half. Simonitis gets the ball inside the 40, inside the 35, has another first down for the Miners.
He has picked up some tough yards inside, Randy, but when he takes those pitch outs, the toss sweep, and he's able to square his shoulders heading upfield and find the hole, he is a very effective runner. You see, he gets the toss, and right there he is squared and heading straight up the field. And look at the big hole he has on the right side, and picks up 9 yards on the carry.
And again, remember tonight for the Miners, Mike Pavelko out with a knee injury, missing this game, and as a result, he would normally be the other part of the punch. Simonitis not missing him here on the last 2 carries. He's all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 7.
So we talked about him in the open, and he did not have a great first half. We figured he would see quite a bit of action back there with Pavelko out of the lineup. He's up to 48 yards on 12 carries, most of that coming here in the second half.
Again, look at the hole he has to run through.
You know, he's not tap dancing, though. He gets those shoulders squared, and he gets to that hole and hits it and accelerates through the hole. He knows he's going to get hit. He's going to get as many yards as he can before it happens.
He has faith in his lineman. There'll be that hole there. This time the ball carrier Sterling, as he spins his way, able on second effort to get the first down and bring the ball down inside the 20-yard line.
You give that ball to the fullback. He hadn't touched it in a while. And all of a sudden, he's up the middle for 8 yards on the ground.
But both teams really driving the ball, and both of these drives, the one that resulted in the go-ahead touchdown by Nativity, was done on the ground, and this drive has primarily been done on the ground. Another one. 2:50 left to play here in the third quarter. The latter stages of the third quarter. Minersville trying to get the tying touchdown. Simonitis has a hole on the outside, cuts it outside, run out of bounds. Down to the 7-yard line.
And now a late flag is thrown.
And another late flag comes in as well.
I think that's going to be against Nativity also. It was only Nativity players around the official who threw the flag.
Remember that Andy Kubik, the offensive or the defensive tackle for Nativity, tossed out of the game in the waning moments of the first half. We're not sure exactly why, but that's got to hurt.
Well, it's a gain of 9 to the 9.
Here it is again. And again, watch Simonitis get to the outside. That time a nice little fake. And a personal foul on the Miners. Wow.
Interesting, because I didn't see any Minersville players around the area where the flag was thrown.
The injured player over there is Brian Franco. He's made some big plays in the second half. And I believe that it's not a contact. It is, oh yeah, it's a contact, Lance.
Yeah,
He just lost it.
He came off the field pointing to his right eye.
Right. Well, perhaps he might have been injured, but it is a contact, and they had it and lost it.
So it goes from second and short to second and about 15.
If you've ever worn contact lenses, you know exactly what's going on over there. That is frustrating.
They had me on that whole
Take your word
time,
for
too.
it. Fortunately, I'll be able to take your word for it.
So now second down and 14. This really changes the complexion. Simonitis, big hole left side. And he's down inside the 15-yard line, so he gets about half of the yardage back.
He is really running with some authority right now. Picks up 11 on that play.
Third down and 4. Let's take another look. And again, big holes being open, but Simonitis running hard as well.
See Simonitis running left side this time. Everything else has been going to the right. He gets 11 in a hurry.
Minersville line really dominating this second half. Simonitis again, and he will spin. Still going. Touchdown! How about Simonitis? He looked like he was going to be stopped short of the first down, and he would not be denied. Takes it all the way in for the score.
That is one of the most impressive 12-yard touchdown runs you will see. That ball looked like it was going to get barely enough for the first down. All of a sudden, he bounces and spins and has a touchdown.
So Simonitis with his second touchdown run of the night, 12 yards out. Or check that, his third. He had one in the first half as well. Second in the second half. Now Kapinas to try to tie the game, and it's down. It is good. What an unbelievable game this has turned into be. 21-21. 3 touchdowns for wide receiver Novak, 3 for Simonitis.
You tell me how he gets away from all those white jerseys and gets into the end zone. He literally had guys jumping on his back and still gets in there.
He really has picked up the slack tonight from Mike Pavelko, who's missing the game because of injuries, and Rick Jones never looks too happy, but got to be happier right now.
This may come down to which kicker blinks first.
May come down to who has the ball left.
I mean, so far you're looking at 6 for 6 on extra points, which is, I would say, unusual in a high school game to see 6 in a row hit. And it's not always automatic with the extra points. And a miss here could cost you a game.
When's the last time you saw a high school game where 2 players each had 3 touchdowns, and those are all the points in the game?
And Novak 3 receptions, Simonitis the 3 rushing touchdowns. This has been a heck of a game. It really has.
Simonitis has touchdown runs of 1, 4, and 12 yards. Meanwhile, Jared Novak for Nativity has touchdown receptions of 14, 79, and 22 yards. Here's Kapinas' kickoff. 1:35 left to go in the third quarter. D'Angelo slips and falls, gets back to the 24-yard line. That's where Nativity will take over.
Still amazing when you look at the starting field positions in this game. Somehow Nativity is tied. I mean, they have not had good field position except for that one play right before halftime where the kickoff was returned to the 50-yard line, and there were 11 seconds left.
This is the quarterback, D'Angelo, and as he goes to cut, his feet simply come out from under him. D'Angelo turns, hands off to Herndon. Herndon will be pushed back.
DeRosier got there again. Number 54 is playing a big second half. We might as well start the drive at the 23 of Nativity, the 40 of Nativity, and the 12 of Nativity.
Minersville has definitely controlled field position, but Nativity has managed to stay in the game. Of course, the long touchdown, 79 yards, really a big play in this game. Now timeout will be called here. Referee's timeout.
Herndon's shaken up.
So Herndon will come off the field, and replacing him will be Matt Menning.
Boy, the ranks are really thinning for the Green Wave right now.
Yeah, both teams in the low 30s in terms of number of bodies out there tonight. So this isn't one of those games that you see Berwick or Mount Carmel where they're like 99 guys dressed. There's Herndon injured, limping off. 2nd and 11. D'Angelo looking to throw, under pressure, down he goes. Back at the 20-yard line, that'll be a loss of 4.
He tried that pump fake again, and when you run a play like that, you really need time to see the field and let your receivers get down the field. You need pass protection. You see D'Angelo, there's the pump, and now he wants to look back the other way and does not have time to set up and throw.
I think D'Angelo will simply keep them in the huddle as the third quarter will expire. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the third quarter. It has become a wild one here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. 21-21 after 3. Back with the fourth quarter right after this.
One of my favorite memories of my grandfather is that he loved books. He was a brilliant man, self-taught, witty, well-read. The final chapters of his life were left unwritten by Alzheimer's, a disease that robs millions of Americans of their memories and their ability to think. Take a step to help people with Alzheimer's by joining this year's Alzheimer's Association Memory Walk. Your efforts will help thousands of families cope with this illness and preserve the links that make us family, memories.
On the water or in the woods, it's always a great day outdoors. Pennsylvania's award-winning outdoor video magazine. Join hosts Roger Mallon and Bob Entler every week for outdoor adventure and fun, with close-ups on nature, fishing, hunting, conservation, and the latest Pennsylvania outdoor news. A great day outdoors is outdoor fun in our own backyard. So join us this week for the latest edition of A Great Day Outdoors.
That's Herndon, the ball carrier for Nativity, as Rob Herndon feeling the effects of a hard-hitting football game here. Right now, though, a little bit of pressure for Nativity. It'll be 3rd down and 14 back at the 20-yard line. They go with double receivers to the right side. D'Angelo rolling in that direction, throwing it down the field, and incomplete. Nice defensive play. Ed Simonitis covering Jared Novak.
And Novak tried to come back for the ball. He definitely got to the first down marker this time, something he didn't do in the first half, but Simonitis just closed in a hurry and knocked it away. Great defensive play by the Miners.
Simonitis has been everywhere on the field. Needless to say, it is he, and you can see a man who they would love to have, Mike Brennan would love to have, Joe Frankenstein, who is the best player for Nativity in the game, and of course he's out with a broken foot. Got to be tough for him as well. High snap, and that's not Herndon, that's D'Angelo, who is not normally the punter. The kick will take a bounce, and it'll be down at the 47-yard line of the Miners.
Pretty good punt for a guy who's back there for the first time tonight. 33 yards with no return.
Herndon normally the punter. That's why D'Angelo had to punt, because Herndon's over on the sideline. And the Miners have been very successful in running the ball with Simonitis. They have opened up some huge holes here in the second half. Let's see if they go back to that offensive scheme. They just announced a third quarter score, and of course, if you're watching the replay, you'll know who would have won, but the crowd oohing and ahhing as Pottsville leading Berwick right now. I think 18-17.
18-14.
18-14, okay.
I don't often say that Berwick is trailing in the third quarter.
Trailing anybody. 6-yard pickup, or checking a 7-yard pickup on first down.
Think there are a few people at Pottsville to see that game tonight?
I would say the tickets are at a premium. You can see a good fake there. Simonitis has done the bulk of the ball carrying in the second half, and he just keeps running so hard.
16 carries, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns.
2nd and 3. Simonitis again. First down inside the 35, inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Pickup of 18 yards and another first down for the Miners.
That puts him over 100 in the game. As we said earlier, it took him a little while to get warmed up, but he has had a huge second half.
Yeah, he's out of the microwave now.
Now you look at that Nativity huddle, and that's the Minersville huddle, but Nativity's huddle, the guys are hunched over, grabbing their knees. They look extremely tired, and this is why. They've been chasing number 25 for the entire second half.
On the other hand, the Miners can't wait to get to the line of scrimmage, and now Nativity a little bit reeling, and as a result, they're forced to call a timeout here, a crucial point in the game.
And those guys look tired. You just watch their body language in that huddle. There's Mike Brennan. He's trying to catch a breather for his team right here.
10:48 left to play in regulation, 21-21 game. But the Miners right now with a lot of momentum.
So you got to give Mike Brennan some credit. Here's a young, first-time head coach with a young, inexperienced team coming to a place where it's pretty difficult to play at times, and more than holding their own tonight. Without their top player, without one of their better defensive players for the entire second half.
A couple of good skill people and a hard effort by Nativity. And as you mentioned earlier, they have been backed up all night. The field position game clearly won tonight by Minersville. 10:48 left to go, 21-21 tie. 1st and 10 now. The ball down at the Nativity 27-yard line. Simonitis has done the bulk of the ball carrying. This time, though, number 5, John Sterling, he will be thrown back. Might have gotten a yard on forward momentum.
Nice play by number 24, Mark Angelo, a 5'7" junior. Got a double handful of jersey there and just pulled Sterling back.
Well, Sterling had 141 yards coming into the game. Usually used as a blocker, and here you can see he got a yard. They marked the ball just shy of the 25-yard line. Actually, they say 2, so 2nd down and 8. Clock running, 10:15 left. Simonitis, and he will spin his way to the 20, brought down over here on the near side by number 25. That is Matt Menig.
Big 3rd down and short 3 coming up for Minersville. And this is a nice tackle by Menig in the open field. If he misses the tackle, Simonitis is gone. Simonitis is carrying on the inside arm, which you don't normally see. If you're running to the right sideline, normally the ball's in your right arm. He had it in his left arm where it can be knocked out a lot easier.
Simonitis again, he'll score. Touchdown, Ed Simonitis, his 4th touchdown of the night. A 20-yard jaunt, and for the first time tonight, the Miners are in the lead.
Well, they pinched inside, and Simonitis, once he got around the end, all he saw was the goal line. There were no white jerseys to beat, and he scored easily.
1 week ago was Rob Herndon of Nativity, who scored 4 touchdowns in a game tonight. Ed Simonitis, knowing his running mate Mike Pavelko was going to miss the game with a knee injury. And boy, has he come up big, over 100 yards and 4 scores.
19 carries, 130 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Nobody's missed an extra point yet in this game. And that record kept intact as the extra point added by Brandon Kopenitz. 10:01 left to play, 28-21, the Miners.
There you see everything inside, and once he gets right there, it's all over. Nobody was contained to the outside, and Simonitis scores easily.
Right into your living room for the touchdown, and the Miner cheerleaders happy at the turn of events here as The Miners, who trailed tonight 14-0, they were down 21-7, and they now have the lead for the first time in this game. And Steve, again, you have to marvel, the first touchdown, the first points of this game were not until 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Huntsville just scored again.
Wow. That's what the crowd was enthused about. That's got to be a shocker if that score should hold up tonight.
18 minutes and 3 seconds, doing the quick math, for the 7 touchdowns.
49 points in a little over 18 minutes.
After going
20
19 minutes and 56 seconds without a point.
Almost 20 minutes without. And less time to put 49 points on the board. So Penance with the kickoff. Taken back inside the 10-yard line. And Herndon back in the game has a shot. One man to beat, and he will be cut down. Saving the touchdown there, number 25. Who else? Ed Simonitis. He's everywhere.
He is everywhere, and I think Herndon's okay, the way it looks now.
Yeah.
He was out for a few plays, but a big return. And that's the thing with Nativity, with a guy like Herndon and with D'Angelo and Novak, they can get you a big play quickly. There you see him inside his 10 at about the 8-yard line. This is a nearly 50-yard return for Herndon. And Simonitis playing the safety valve as Herndon tries to turn it back to the inside. Simonitis with a nice open field tackle.
D'Angelo firing, and behind his receiver, Jared Novak. Those two have hooked up for 3 touchdowns in this game, but that pass uncatchable. What do you do if you're Nativity here? You would like to take some time off the clock, give your defense a little rest. The problem is most of your kids who are playing defense are out there on offense as well.
That's exactly right. Obviously, it's a lot more fun playing offense if you're moving the football. That can help rejuvenate your energy level, but they're going to need to move the chains a few times, and those guys are going right back to the other side and getting hit by those big blockers.
This time Herndon able to escape a tackle and get inside the 40-yard line. Looked as if John Sterling would bring him down for a loss, but instead it becomes a 6-yard gain.
Well, look at this again. Right away, Herndon is wrapped up by Sterling, but he breaks that tackle and carries forward for about 5.
Bill Setlock made the final stop. They say a 5-yard pickup. Ball inside the 40-yard line of the Miners. D'Angelo wants to throw under pressure, now dumps it out to Herndon. Somehow Herndon will get beyond the line of scrimmage. It looked as if he was going to lose 5. Instead, he got 1. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Pretty adventurous 1-yard gain.
Wow. That play looked like it had disaster written all over it. Let's take another look, and D'Angelo simply had nobody to go to here.
He's looking, and all of a sudden he spots his tailback Herndon.
A couple of Miners tacklers overran, and here's a big play. 4th down and 4 from the 38-yard line. D'Angelo will try to convert it to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw, throws high. What a catch.
Wow, what
Jared
a big
Novak.
catch by Novak.
Boy, D'Angelo threw that ball high, and Novak climbed up the ladder to get it. What hands.
His 5th catch for 136 yards.
Watch this catch as this pass thrown too high, and Novak, great play. Knew he was going to take a hit. Instead, 1st down at the 28-yard line.
When that ball left the hands of D'Angelo, it looked like an incompletion all the way.
That time, the play will go nowhere. Vince DeRosier.
In fact, it may have lost a yard as Plesnarski got the carry, and it is almost a yard lost back to the 29.
DeRosier made a nice stop that time. As a result, the play lost a yard. Clock a factor, 7:40 left to play.
I still think they're going to try and get Novak to the outside again.
It's interesting, Novak has pretty much been single covered all night long. They have had safeties out to take a look at him.
Molesky has him now, bottom of your screen.
They throw, and the ball will be caught. A short gain as Novak makes the catch.
Picks up 5, so it's 3rd and 6.
6 catches now for Novak.
141 yards.
Touchdowns.
Yep.
3rd down and 6, and needless to say, everything 4-down territory here. Under 7 minutes to play.
Well, the worst thing now for Nativity is to run all this time off the clock and not get any points.
They definitely want to try to shorten the game a little bit. Already, Simonitis from the Miners has 4 touchdowns. Can Novak do the same? Got the ball, 7th catch of the night, inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That'll be close to a 1st down.
It's going to be very close.
Jared Novak, a junior.
He does have it.
He's got the 1st down. Let's take a look at the play. Knew where the stick was. Just falls forward to get the 1st down. Got out of bounds as well.
Well, what happens there is if he pushes off the line of scrimmage with a big burst of speed, you've got to respect that because he's burned them deep. All of a sudden, he slams on the brakes, and the ball's right there. Well-thrown ball by D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, the senior, Novak, the junior. What a passing combination they have been tonight. Ball on the ground. Do the Miners have it?
Sterling's there.
Miners look like they have the football. A mistake made on the snap.
Sterling's at the bottom of the pile, whether he got control or not, and he did. There he is with a football, number 5.
2nd turnover of the 2nd half for Nativity. They coughed it up at their own 13, and you can see, looks like Herndon never got the football.
And you got to wonder if maybe Herndon saw that his offensive linemen were being backed up into him, and he took a peek to see what he could do with the football and never looked it into his belly.
That big play right there. The Miners have it. They look to be reeling, but the drive stopped. The Miners have it at their own 19. Try to take some time off the clock. Simonitis has been awesome. 30, has a 1st down out to the 32-yard line, pick up a 13.
He just wastes no time. You can just see in the 2nd half, and maybe somebody said something to him in the locker room, I don't know. Young man, when you get the ball, just run hard. You're going to get hit, whether you run hard or whether you run tentatively. So you may as well go as hard as you can for as long as you can. And he gets 13 more yards there, 143 in the game.
6 minutes to go, halfway through the 4th quarter. Ed Simonitis has been the story tonight. Had 3 touchdowns coming in on the season into the game. Has 4 here tonight alone. The junior, 5'9", 165. He has been a real workhorse here in the 2nd half. This time they go to the fullback, and that is Sterling, and he will be thrown back. May have lost yardage. Now they'll say no gain. Forward momentum got him back to the line of scrimmage.
Nativity only has 1 timeout remaining. So a couple more 1st downs, and this one's all but over.
Clock running, 5:20 left to play.
Here's Mike Brennan. I'll tell you what, his team was ready to go tonight.
Yeah, they really were. They played very, very hard. That's a tribute to the head man.
Both teams kind of struggled early on, but I think you have to give the opposing defenses a lot of credit. The offenses have taken over, though.
Simonitis again, unstoppable. Out past the 40 and close to another 1st down. Looks like he has it.
You just watch him, and you know, some good running backs have what is known as the jitterbug step, where they kind of hesitate, wait, kind of pick their hole. Barry Sanders has done that at times throughout his career. Simonitis, none of that. Look at this. No hesitation whatsoever. Granted, there's a big hole there and some great blocking, but he's not waiting. He's taking the ball and he's going. It's 11 more there, 154 in the game.
You have to credit Simonitis. You also have to credit the line. Great job, the guards, Burrell and Quinn, the tackles, Franco and Pasco doing a great job. And don't forget the center, Hunter. Simonitis again, big hole, down for another 1st down, pick up of 10, and into Nativity territory. 4:20 to go in the game, and things not looking good for Nativity.
I think Ed Simonitis, the 5'9" junior, is having a heck of a lot of fun out there right now.
And his linemen are having just as much as what linemen love. They basically say, here we come, and
they're eliminating the yardage and the clock. Simonitis again, look at the hole he has to run. And of course, another tough tackle. And nobody really bringing him down. He's able to gain 2 yards after D'Angelo hit him.
His last 12 carries, the fewest amount of yards, 5. Everything else has been more than that.
And here's Moore inside the 40, spinning his way. And a late flag will come down. And this will be a personal foul against Nativity. Another big run by Simonitis, a pickup of 13, and let's add the yardage.
That'll be a face mask as he lost the helmet. Wow, 13 more, 23 carries, 176 yards. Here he is again. It's been happening all second half. His own player, Sterling, slows him up, but it does not matter. Another spin, and there you see the face mask. D'Angelo literally ripped the helmet off the head of Simonitis, so they'll add 15 more down to the 20-yard line. What a night for Ed Simonitis on both sides of the ball. Don't forget that special teams play on the kick return. He also knocked down what would have been a first down pass to Novak earlier in the half. He has had a heck of a night.
There's a combination of a small truck and the Energizer Bunny wrapped up in one package here tonight. 3:23 left, clock moving. Ball at the 20-yard line. They will go to the fullback, Sterling, and Sterling will fight his way for maybe a yard, gets down to the 19-yard line. And Steve, right now, the enemy, as much as the Miners going in to score, which would ice the game, is the clock. Somehow, Nativity has to make a play to get the ball back.
Down to 3 minutes left, and we talked starting the second half that Minersville defense needed to come up with a big play to try and set up the tying touchdown. That's exactly what happened. 2 plays into the half, Nativity fumbles inside the 15, Minersville recovers, goes in for the tying score. Nativity's defense has to come up with something big right here.
They need a turnover. Simonitis gets a delayed handoff, and nothing that time, as that play simply took too long to start. And as a result, the line unable to hold the blocks, and Nativity now will force 3rd down and 9.
Now if you're Minersville, do you throw and risk an incompletion that would stop the clock, or an interception, or do you just keep the ball on the ground, let the clock run, and force Nativity to take a timeout?
Rick Jones is the kind of coach when you think you know what he's about to do, does the opposite. So
Exactly.
I'm not even going to try to answer that. 3rd down and 9.
Another 2 tight end set. He's been doing this all half.
Simonitis, the conservative play, try to stay in bounds, and does. Gets it to the 12. He'll be 2 yards shy of a first down. I would have to think Nativity would want to use their last timeout right about now.
And now what do you do? Minute and a half to play. We'll look at this again. Kick a field goal to try and ice it?
Oh, I would think you have to go for the first down and then make Nativity march 88 yards down the field, but I'm surprised they're letting the clock run. They do have 1 timeout, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they do too, and Minersville's going to let it run down.
And then they'll call a timeout.
Before the delay, and they'll call a timeout.
That's a heads-up play by Rick Jones, his coaching staff, and his quarterback. So 1:14 remaining to be played, 28-21 the Miners.
That's the best of both worlds. You run 23 seconds off the clock, and you don't have to hurry into a play. You can call timeout, huddle up here, come up with something on 4th down, and either set up the field goal, be about a 29-yarder, or get your play in for 4th down and 2.
On the other hand, you would have thought that perhaps to save all of that time, Nativity would have called the timeout, because you figure when the 4th down play occurs, they're going to get the ball back if the Miners do not make it. If they do make it, the game's over anyway.
Correct.
Now, the only thing that we can think of is perhaps we've lost count of timeouts. We know that they've called at least 2 here in the second half. This is a big play right here. This is the ball game, 4th down and 2.
I'd be shocked if the Miners go for it if somebody other than Simonitis gets the football.
Yeah, you won't see a throw here. Right, Rick?
If they throw, it'll be to Simonitis. And I agree, I think you have to go for it. Field goal's too risky, too many things can go wrong.
Yeah, it'll be Simonitis. 4th down and 2. Simonitis moved in the backfield, kind of came up, and That's all of a sudden all the Nativity players pointing that way. Now you have an interesting situation. 4th down and 7. That changes it just a bit. And Rick Jones has been very unhappy tonight with his troops. The key times they've had some penalties. And he does not hesitate to get in the face of his gang. 4th down and 7 now. A minute 13 left. If Nativity can hold here, they would get the ball. They would have most of the field to go.
I think they're going to ask for 1 second to be put on the clock. It says 1:13. I think they want to reset it to 1:14. That's exactly what it is. There's 1:14 goes up on the clock.
Glad the guy keeping the clock knows how to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you reset it and all of a sudden you're looking at 20 minutes on the board. Big play, 4th and 7, here's the game. Simonitis, and he will be stopped. Nativity gives themselves a chance. They're not dead yet.
Actually lost a couple of yards on the play.
So Nativity, let it be known, they can throw the ball. And you're going to see a frantic effort here as they will have to come approximately 80 yards. But first, here's the 4th down stop, Simonitis.
They've been running right all night, but this time a great surge by the left side of the Nativity defensive line. Number 63, Jeremy Costia Jr. got there, and let's see if they put a blanket on Novak right now. He's got single coverage.
A minute 8 to go. They have to go 80 yards down the sideline. This one thrown out of bounds. Wouldn't have mattered even if he caught it.
Look at Rick Jones, right in the face of Matt Molesky, who gave Novak a little shove out of bounds. And that could have been interpreted by some officials as a late hit personal foul out of bounds. And Rick Jones telling Molesky, don't do that.
And the pass had no chance to be complete. It was thrown out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 now, a minute and 3. You've got to go 80 yards. You've got 63 seconds to do it. D'Angelo certainly has the arm, but see, this is a tall order for a pro offense, let alone a high school offense. D'Angelo wants to throw under pressure. Fires down the field, has Herndon there. Almost got it. That ball was deflected, and had Herndon been able to pick it up, he might have gone the distance.
I'm not even sure if Franz or Molesky got a hand on it, but what may have happened is they both went for the ball, and maybe Herndon lost it. It looked like it got right through them, untouched, and went off the shoulder pad of Herndon. D'Angelo gets a nice block there by Plesnarski, buying some time against Hoysock, and the ball well thrown down the middle. Now, I don't know if that ball was touched. Hit him right in the shoulder pad.
That could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that was it.
Unhappy.
Herndon was the lone guy back there.
3rd and 10 now, over the middle and a little bit behind Jared Novak.
He was open.
Carlo D'Angelo has thrown the ball high a number of times, and that time Novak was unable to bail his quarterback out.
He was open, had the first down, which would have stopped the clock. Now it's 4th and 10.
Well, it's not necessarily the biggest play of the game, because if they complete this and get a first down, there will be bigger plays down the stretch, but it's a big play in the sense that if they don't pick up the first down here, this one's over. 4th and 10. They need 10 yards. And D'Angelo will try to get it. Throws again. Novak, what a catch!
He is unbelievable the way he catches the football.
Threw the ball behind him, and somehow Novak came up with it. A 14-yard pickup, a first down. 45 seconds left. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. This is a great catch.
Great protection, slings the ball sidearm, and look at that catch by Novak.
And you at home were not able to see that he had to spin completely around to catch that ball. D'Angelo throwing, Novak unable to get it, incomplete.
He is looking one place and one place only. D'Angelo has his eyes locked on Novak as soon as he gets the snap.
We've got Novak tonight for 8 catches, 3 of them for touchdowns.
161 yards.
Touchdowns of 14.79 and 22 yards. 30 seconds to go at the 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. So still a long way to go, 66 yards, and you've only got 30 seconds. You've got to look down the field.
Novak, bottom right of your screen, 2 receivers to the top side.
D'Angelo, and that time way over the head, and interference will be called. The ball was intended for Tim Burtis, and he was interfered with. Now remember, in high school football, they do not get the ball where the flag is. Instead,
here's Simonitis, he's got a cramp.
Yeah, all of a sudden his teammates just ran over to him, and this will slow the game down a little bit. It'll be interference. It's an automatic first down, and it'll be marked from the line of scrimmage.
This ball was not going to be caught. It was way overthrown. You see the contact right there to the right of your screen. There's the flag from the back judge.
There's Simonitis coming up with a cramp. We mentioned earlier, if you've never lost a contact lens, you don't know what that's about. If you've never had a cramp, oh my God.
Oh. Worst feeling in the world.
You think you're literally going to die. There is more concentrated pain at one point of your body. Usually it's in the calf. And boy, there's a key loss there. 26 seconds to go, the ball at midfield. So they have taken a little over 30 seconds to move it 30 yards. But the bulk of the work still to be done.
Simonitis will have to come out for at least the next play by rule, and then depending on how he is health-wise, he may be out more than that.
And with a cramp, oftentimes you're not going to be at full availability, probably, maybe for the rest of the night.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the better high school football games that I've seen in a long time.
And again, hard to believe we got into the latter stages of the first half in a scoreless game. We have had a 28-21 game since then.
We've had a couple of short touchdown runs, Simonitis from a yard out and from 3 yards out, but we're looking at 14, 79, 22, 12, and 20 yards for the other ones.
And again, the delay here, Ed Simonitis, who has been the star of the night with the 4 touchdown runs. Oh, well over 100 yards.
181 unofficially, 26 carries.
There's Vinny Cooper, one of our cameramen. He's celebrating his 25th birthday.
Did he just celebrate last week?
You know, they say that youth is wasted on the young, and there is a perfect example of what we're talking about. Happy birthday, Vinny.
I could have sworn he told us the same thing last week. I think he was just trying to get on camera.
Eddie Simonitis will come out of the game, and most guys leave the game being helped off with cramps or a cramp, and he's going to leave on his own power, which is typical of him. 26 seconds left. We just heard that Pottsville leading Berwick 32-22 with 2 minutes left.
What a huge win that would be for the Crimson Tide.
We saw the Crimson Tide beat Reading earlier in the year.
That would be over a nationally recognized program.
Here we go, 26 seconds left. D'Angelo quickly throwing, complete. 9th catch of the night for Jared Novak. He makes the catch inside the 35, gets out of bounds, pickup of 17.
And now you have D'Angelo just over 200 yards passing in the game, 201. 177 of them to Novak.
They're just playing pitch and catch out there right now. Well, he had 13 catches coming into the game. He's got 9 tonight. D'Angelo again to throw. This time looking down the field, incomplete.
Boy, a little more air under that ball, and Novak was open. But the ball more of on a line. If that ball is thrown a little bit more downfield with some air under it, Novak can run under it. It's a touchdown.
You've got to think that at this point in the game, the thought might have occurred to Minersville, we've got to double and triple team Novak.
He's looking nowhere else but Novak.
It'll be interesting to see if they might come back with somebody else, maybe try to slip a receiver down the field on the side that Novak does not line up. 14 seconds left in this one, 28-21 Minersville. 2nd down and 10. I don't think the down matters at this point.
Nope, does not.
From the 34-yard line. D'Angelo fires down the field. Novak, it'll be intercepted, and that'll do it. Intercepted, number 87, Matt Molesky, and that'll ice it. the Miners are going to win this one to go 3-1. Now a little bit of extracurriculars here as they have to separate a couple of players.
Rick Jones gets a hold of Andy Hoysock on his side.
Had to separate him from Bobby Plesnarski as the two got into it. That drew the flag. Personal foul is the call, and in fact it will be against the Miners. Let's take another look at the play that saved the game for the Miners.
D'Angelo looking, throwing, kind of off his back foot, didn't get a whole lot on this ball.
Yeah, underthrown.
Yep, and Molesky right there. There was double coverage deep that time. They had Novak surrounded. And he didn't go down either. He took a hit, and it's always dangerous when that happens.
Rick Jones trying to get a timeout, and finally his team sees him. They will call timeout with 4 seconds left. And I think what he's going to do is go out here and say, guys, look, let's keep our temper here. No personal fouls, no need for that. We've got this game in the bag.
4 seconds left. All they need is a quick exchange, a clean one, and this one's over.
Boy, Rick Jones, does he get into these games or what? Take a look at him in this huddle. We saw him a moment ago.
He got a hold of Hoysock and dragged him off the field, literally. I don't know, was Hoysock thrown out?
I don't know. I think he's over on the sideline, and in any event, what you want to do is simply snap the ball one more time and walk off the field. I think the timeout was basically to say, hey guys, no cheap shots, just ignore it. You've won the game. Just snap the ball, take the win. What a great game, and got to give Nativity a lot of credit. This should be the final play of the game, and that will do it. As the clock expires, it is the Miners of Minersville, the winners here tonight. They've defeated Nativity. The final score, Minersville 28, Nativity 21. Let's take a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up right after this.
Looking for the biggest deal in entertainment? Then check out this month's Big Picture features on Time Warner Home Theater. Nothing can keep a bad guy from his money. Payback. A divorced woman and a heartbroken man find romance. Message in a bottle. Alicia Silverstone and Brendan Fraser star in Blast from the Past. And WWF superstars won't forgive or forget when they meet their opponents in the ring. WWF Unforgiven. The Big Picture on Time Warner Home Theater. The biggest thing to happen to your TV.
AT&T Cable Services, formerly Time Warner Cable, presents the best in local high school and college football. Cheer on your home team, root for your alma mater, or check out the rival team. Join announcers Steve Degler and Randy Stevens for all the play-by-play excitement this weekend as the Green Wave of Nativity take on the Battling Miners of Minersville. If you can't be there in person, catch one of our replays throughout the week following the game. AT&T Cable Services, your source for local high school and college football.
For 10 years, the cable industry has been helping teachers teach through cable in the classroom. It's cable in the classroom. All the great things that cable can be in the classroom. It's free to schools, commercial-free, and it's educational. There's a great, big, wonderful world out there, and cable in the classroom brings it into the classroom. I wish they had it when I was a kid.
Cable in the Classroom is a public service of the cable communications industry and your local cable company.
Your cable company is now AT&T. And while we're changing the name on our trucks and signs, we're not changing everything. We'll keep bringing you the cable programs you love. And we'll keep working hard to serve you better. And the best part is, we're planning for a future full of exciting possibilities. All designed for you.
Ever since we changed the name of our company to AT&T Cable Services, we just keep getting great high school football games. I don't know what that means, but Rick Jones talking to his troops. A big win tonight. This was a team down 14-0 to that team, Nativity. They came back to win it, and a couple of great performances tonight. Eddie Simonitis for Minersville, and on the other side, Jared Novak, the receiver for Nativity, both with great games statistically.
Novak, 9 catches, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Simonitis, after a very sluggish, slow first half, came out like gangbusters in the second half. 26 carries, 181 yards, and 4 touchdowns. just a one-man wrecking crew, especially running off that right side. Outstanding football game here tonight.
And did so many other things well, did Simonitis. And you got to give the line from Minersville a lot of credit here tonight because they opened up those holes. They really took control of this game in the second half. This was a game that had no scoring at all until 4:01 left to play in that first half. And then we had 7 touchdowns from that point on. It is Minersville with the win by a final score of 28-21. For all of us here at AT&T Cable Services, from my partner Steve Degler, I'm Randy Stevens saying goodnight from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Minersville. Again, the final score, the Miners win it, and a good one, 28-21 over the Green Wave of Nativity. Again, thanks for being with us, and good night from Minersville.